Hello and welcome back everybody. After almost 2 weeks, we are back with our Q&A session. So first of all, good morning to all of you and I hope that all these days you have been doing your work and submitted it properly. So without wasting any time, we will start the review. Okay. So let me share the screen and here we have. All right. So till this point, I have reviewed all the artwork. Last was at February 11. Okay, so after that, I'm going to continue from this drawing. So those who are watching live right now, you are going to get the reviews, feedback on point. But those who are going to watch it afterwards from the recording, make sure to watch the recordings properly if you have submitted your artwork and want to know your review, make sure to watch the recording afterwards. All right, so let's start. And here we have the drawing, the submission of Ranjana Kumari. Okay, so the complete drawing of glass sphere is looking too good, and the glass effect is also coming properly. But one thing I would suggest you that, the complete sphere is completely looking dark, means you have highlights, light shade and dark shade, but somewhere those medium shades are missing. Okay, so that correction you could have done, but the glass effect is coming properly, only that medium shade, medium tone is missing. Then same in this also, in that glossy sphere also, that medium tone is missing, because completely if you see, it is on darker side. Okay, your sphere is completely on darker side, so some medium tone you have to keep, then and then only it will have that, complete dimension, that realistic effect. Otherwise it will look flat, plain. Got it? So the shading is done very smoothly, but medium tone is missing in both this glass and glossy sphere. Then here we have without name, so I think this is done by Varsha. Okay, so Varsha, in your drawing, you have to quite improve in terms of shading. Okay, the drawing, the composition, the sketch work is fine. It's not perfect. Okay, it's fine. So that you have to slightly improve, but shading you have to improve a lot because dark shades are completely missing. Okay, I can see that no dark shades are there, and finishing also you have to do, like if you see in the background. Okay, in the background you can see all white spots are visible in between the shades everywhere. If you see in the vase also, those white shades, white patches are visible, so you have to improve the shading quality. Do it slowly. I can see that you are doing it very quickly and using the blending tools. Okay, so you have to do it very slowly, improve the patience level as well. So make sure to remember these points and work very slowly. Do not make it in hurry or in just 1 hour. Do not finish the drawing. And please mention your signature, your date also. When you are making the artwork, mention the date as well as do your signature. Because if you are not going to do that, at the end, while you are going to submit all the artworks, once again, it might create a problem for you. Okay, so make sure to mention the date as well. To all the students, not just you, but to every student, I will request you to write down the date also. When you finish the artwork, just do your signature and write down the date as well. Okay, then Ayushi, I had told you uh, previously also that you are slightly, making mistakes in proportions. Proportions in the sense perspective. Okay, not proportion, but perspective. So you have to work again, or learn perspective properly, because the lines that you are drawing, they are all going in different directions. Okay, those lines should be straight, but your lines, you can see, they are going slant, right? So learn perspective properly, and if you have doubts in perspective, you can watch out on YouTube also, or else I have already taught you about perspective in previous Q&A sessions. So from that also you can check it out. Then Ranjana Kumari, you have done this practice work, so it is looking good. The transparency is also coming, but same here also, that medium tone, that white shading is missing. Okay, so I think you are having some issues in lighter shades. You are obtaining, you are achieving darker shades properly, but light shades are missing in all of the drawings that I have reviewed till now, whether it's glass sphere, glossy sphere, and this also. Okay, that light value is missing, so you have to observe it properly, and you have to try to achieve that shades, that lighter values properly. Then up next, Rina. Okay, so Rina, your basic shade, okay, the background, the shading is done quite nice, but texture you have to do, slightly more detailed. If you see the textures, they are very big. Okay, those pores that you have made, they're looking big. So you have to do them quite detailed, small, and properly. I'm not telling that they are wrong, but they are slightly bigger in size, those pores that you have made. So you have to do them quite small and properly, okay? Then up next, we have Vishalaksha. Okay. So your glossy sphere is looking fine. And same one thing you can improve is that medium tone. Okay. The tone around the dark value over here. You can slightly make it light, or else not this one, but the shades around your highlights. Okay. This area you can slightly make it light, because if you see this area from this point to this, okay, if you see this area, it is completely looking equal, right? So you have to create some difference in this area. So what you can do is you can make this area slightly lighter, because if you see the highlights also, okay, this portion, you can see you have simply made a circle, whereas you have to mix it. That highlight and that light value, you have to mix them. You have to merge that. Okay, so this improvement you have to do. Otherwise, the glossy effect is coming quite nice. More improvement, more detailing you have to give into this. And the shading quality is also good, okay? It is very smooth, and finishing work is also nice. So just work on that part. Okay, Ayushi, over here also, the mouth, the opening, okay, this part you can see it is quite good as compared to this one, the bottom, okay, the body. So this area is looking quite nice in compared to this. So what's the mistake you have made in this area is it is looking very flat, and no curveness is coming, okay, no roundness is coming in the glass. So that improvement you have to do. Try to have more variations in the shades, observe it properly. Okay, and here also you can see you have just directly done light and dark values. Nothing extra you have add into that. So make sure that you see it properly. Try to obtain every single shades that you can see. Okay, because it's looking very flat. So have that variations in shades. All right, Rina, about your drawing, it's looking quite nice, and the dark hairs are looking fine, but those white hairs you have to improve, because you can see the space between two white hairs, two white furs is very much. Okay, you have left so much of space between two white hairs. So you have to just make them very close to each other like you have done for the dark hairs. Same thing you have to do for the white hairs also. Okay, don't make them so much far, right? So this improvement you have to do. So what you can simply do in this, just create more hairs, okay, around those white hairs, just create some more hairs. Okay, then up next by Reshma, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so Reshma, you're drawing the bottle cap. Okay, it's looking quite good. Uh, what you can improve is finishing work. Okay, the shades are obtained properly, dark and light values are also obtained properly. But one thing you can improve is finishing, means the edges at everywhere. Okay, not just one point, but at everywhere you can improve the edges, the detailing, the finishing work. Got it? So if you see over here, this part of the cap, it is getting mixed with your shading. So you have to create that separation of, you know, foreground and background, that this area of your cap is in front and this is the center of the cap. So you have to create that separation. So how you can do that? You can do that by having a sharp and fine edge around here. Okay, so same way everywhere. If you see this circle, this curve shape, so here also you can see it's not properly curved. Okay, it is irregular. If you notice, if you observe properly and compare it, so those small improvements you can do in your work. Okay. Then next we have uh, this one. So this is done by, let me see. Okay, Suji. All right. So Suji, you're drawing uh, the shape of the flower. The basic drawing is quite good, but where you have to improve is in the shading. The shading is also smooth, but the mistake you have done is you have made it on the darker side. Okay, you have achieved dark values. You have to make it light. Got it? The drawing is fine. The shading is also smooth. Okay, soft, but the values are on darker side. You have achieved dark values, so you have to make it light, decrease the values. And one thing also you have to keep in mind, that do not make dark outlines. I can clearly see those, erased lines and all those stuff in your shading also. Okay, so that's why I'm always telling you that do not use dark lines or dark pencils. Always use light pencils, because now if you see your artwork, you can see those lines. Okay, and that is spoiling your artwork. So for now you are learning, it's fine, but when you make a proper artwork, a proper commission work, or some detailed work for your you know portfolio or for your studio, so make sure to do not repeat this mistake, and achieve lighter values. Okay, in this drawing you have to achieve light values and try to make it more 3D or realistic, because it is looking flat. Okay, this is completely looking flat, so have that variations in your shades as well. Okay, then this one without name again. See, I am giving you the last warning. Okay, you can take it as warning, suggestion, request, because if you are going to make same mistake, that not writing your name, doing your signature or mentioning the date, it will create a problem for you only, right? At the time of getting your cashback, claiming your cashback, these things are going to be very important. So please write down the date and do your signature. Okay, so without name, this one is by Varsha. So Varsha, one thing you have to improve is the shading. Okay, the textures are quite nice, but you can improve that also. Okay, you can make them more proper and finishing one. but shade you have to improve. If you see it's not properly mixing or not, it is not having that gradient flow from dark to light. Okay, you can see in between those white patches, white space, and then again dark lines, again white space, again dark lines. So that gradual flow is not there. Okay, a proper transition from dark to light or light to dark is not there. So that thing you have to improve. Okay, so here you are asking that I hold my book like this. It's easier for me. Can't do placing it straight in front. Okay, so see, uh, to everyone, when you are making an artwork or when you are doing any kind of drawing, be in your comfortable position. Okay, do not make an artwork while you are not in a comfortable position. Just make yourself comfortable and then do it. Okay, if you will be uncomfortable and if you will try to draw, you will not have that much good result in your drawing. So have a proper space, sit freely, and whatever way you are feeling good, just have that posture, have that position and draw. It's not compulsory that if you have a table, if you have proper desk, then and then only you can draw. No, you can, if you are comfortable by placing your paper on the floor or any kind of hardboard, over there also you can draw. Just make sure that you are comfortable while drawing. All right, then this one by Varsha again. See, Varsha, I can see that in every of your artwork you have not done signature. Okay, so you have to do it. I am giving you the clear warning right now. In every of your artwork, make sure to do signature and mention the date as well. Okay, so over here in this drawing, you have to first of all improve the white first. I can see it's completely looking awkward. You have just erased in a straight line. So you don't have to do like that. You have to create the fur effect. You have to make strokes, make them slightly curved, like you have done the dark hairs. But in dark hairs also, they are not completely giving the effect of fur. So this drawing you have to create again. Do it slowly. I can see that you have done it very quickly and it's not getting the proper finishing also. So you have to make this artwork again if you want to learn. Okay, if you want to improve, you have to do it again or else you can just let it go, right? So make sure to work again on this drawing. All right, Lata, it's looking awesome. Okay, the finishing work is too good and I'm too much, you know, what I can say, I'm too much fascinated by those dark values and that, water drop effect. It's looking awesome. Okay. The dark values are obtained so properly, and along with the dark values, those shiny light values are also coming on point. So you have done brilliantly. One thing you could have made, no, uh, I'm not saying that you have made mistake, but you can slightly improve that was this upper part. Okay. Here I think that uh, few more details or few more sharp small details you can add on that, but if you are not able to see it properly, that's why you have done like this. It's okay, but make sure that you do not miss any single part. Okay, so overall the drawing is looking beautiful and the finishing work is superb. Okay, so keep it up and I hope you have posted it on your social media as well. And definitely I will be reposting your artworks if I have missed them. So keep it up and just have this level of skills. Okay, make sure that you do not degrade yourself, just improve again and again. And up next, I want to see your same kind of finishing work in the portraits as well. If you are continuing with portrait drawing, I want you to have same kind of finishing, same kind of you know, understanding of dark and light values, because you have done so well. Okay, then up next, Swati Nanda. Okay, Swati, so your drawing is looking good, but same one thing you have to improve is mixing the shades. Okay, so if you see the highlights, you have just created that white space, you have just erased it. It is not getting mixed with our light values. So here you have to create some lighter values that will get mixed with your highlights. Okay, and it is slightly looking flat. It is not having a proper sphere kind of effect. So something is missing. So try to find out if you can. And in this area also, if you see, this shade is looking completely equal. Okay, the shadows are looking completely equal. So here also you have to create those variations in the shades from dark to light. Got it? And while I'm seeing it, it is not a proper circle as well. So that thing also you have to improve. Got it? So overall, if I say your drawing is 60% good, okay, 60% is good. So 40% you have to improve. So what's that 40%? Again, I will repeat it. The highlights that you have made. Okay, so it is looking like a spot. It's not looking like a highlight. So you have to mix it with your shades around that. Okay, so create some light values around here and have that gradual flow from light to dark over here. And here also, if you see, it is not properly mixing with your shade. So that one thing you have to improve, that mixing the shades, having a proper flow of values from light to dark. Okay, that fluent soft transition from light to dark. And shadows also you have to improve is make it proper light to dark, because if you see, it's completely looking in a single tone. Okay, this area. So that thing also you have to improve, and it is not a proper circle. So try to have that shape properly. Okay, so in this, it's looking quite nice. The eyebrows, okay, you have done it quite good. It is looking real, all those eyelashes, eyebrows that you have tried to create it. So I'm not fine. I'm not able to see any issues in this. You are going great. About the eyebrows also, if you see this portion, it's looking so real. Okay, keep it up. So whoever has done this, if you are submitting the rough work also, make sure to write down your name in this kind of rough drawing also. Okay, just you have to write down your name somewhere so that I can recognize you. All right, so Ayushi, in this drawing, first of all, uh, one error I can see clearly is this opening of the glass. Okay, you can see this shape is slightly irregular. So that thing you can improve. And again, that mixing of the shades, the way you have mixed it over here, the way you have mixed over here. So same thing you have to keep over here also. Okay, in this region also, if you see, it is getting messed up. Okay, this area is completely getting messed up. Same way over here, the bottom of the glass, it is getting messed up, right? So that you have to improve, and this shape also you can improve. Okay, and have that finishing as well in your drawing. All right, then up next we have this one again by Ayushi. Same over here also. Finishing is missing completely. If you see these pins, okay, the outlines, the borders are visible, They are not sharp. The shape is not proper. Okay, so you have to quite work and have patience. Okay, the patience, I can see the level of patience is very low in you. So you have to build up the patience level. Do not try to finish it in 10 to 15 minutes or half an hour. Give as much as of time you can give. Do it very slowly, steadily. Okay. Then this one by, I cannot see the name. Let us go down. Okay, so Yashashwini, right? So Yashashwini, you have to improve a lot. If you see the vase, it's completely looking different. The body, the shape, okay, that circular shape, the sphere is very big than the mouth, okay, that cylindrical part. So you have to do it again. Try to first have the proper drawing, okay, because the drawing, the composition is completely looking different from the reference image. So I will suggest you to make this artwork again, because as I'm always telling you that if the structure is not going to match with your reference image, then shading, detailing is of no use. Okay. So first of all, make sure that your structure, your composition, the shape, everything should be perfect. Then and then only go for the details, shading and all that stuff. So I will request you to draw this once again. Okay, Amlan, over here I can see one issue in your drawing, that those two fingers are quite big than the palm. Okay, I can feel that. When I'm observing it, the fingers are looking slightly bigger in compared to the lower part. So that one mistake I can see, and the dark values are obtained properly, and the glossy, okay, that shiny effect is also coming properly. But one more area you have to improve is the finishing, the edges. Okay, you can see you have messed up over here, the edges everywhere. Okay, so that thing you can improve. All right, so I think I have given the feedback to this. If not, I will give it. It's awesome. Okay, Nishara. If I'm not wrong, it's done by you. So you also have to mention the date, please. If you are watching it live, make sure to mention the date as well. But your drawing is looking too good, almost matching with the reference image as well. Okay. And that expressions are also coming so real, that beard also that you have made, those hair, okay, that effect is also coming so nicely. One thing I feel that you could improve is the ears. Okay, the ears, those lines that you have created, so I feel that ears can be better than this. But other than that, every part of the face, the hairs, the eyes, nose, the beard, the mustache, it's looking perfect. So keep it up. Okay. Then next by Visalaksha. Okay, so here your glass sphere is looking okay. Okay, it's okay. It's not that much good. It's okay. So what you have to improve is, first of all, mixing the shades. As you can see, this is not getting mixed properly over here also. So you have to study it properly, right? So how you can proceed in this drawing is, first you can have that base layer, those light values. Then next what you can do is those darker values, or slightly medium values that are around the sphere. Okay, so you can start shading from this edge. And as you move inside of the sphere, just see that what kind of values you need, right? So mix those values from outside to inside. Got it? And at the end, you can have those highlights, or those areas that you have to erase. Got it? And after erasing also, it's not that you have to leave it like that only. After erasing also, just see that those highlights are mixing or not, or are you having those sharp edges. Okay, so that thing also you have to see. And in the shape of the sharpener, you have to do some improvement, because if you see the side, okay, this side, it is too big. Okay, it's too big. So that improvement, you could have done it. Otherwise, those textures that you have given are good. Okay, and the screw that, small bolt, the screw that you have made, it's looking fine. So few things you can improve is about this side. Okay, it's too broad. So see that what kind of improvement you have to do. Means if you would have made it slightly smaller, right? And work on the edges as well, the finishing, right? If you can see over here, this area, this shading, and the dark values. Okay, so they are getting mixed up, right? So here you have to create that difference of foreground and background. Okay, and just work on the finishing as well, because this line, the borders are clearly visible in a drawing, and whereas I think in the reference image the borders are not visible. Okay, and here if you see, it is missing a straight line. So those small things also you have to see. All right. So the overall drawing, if I say, it is around 65 to 70% good. Okay, 65 to 70% you have done. So remaining 30 to 35% you have to improve. Okay. Then in this also, the overall drawing is looking nice. Okay. The values, you have also obtained them properly, dark, light. Just one thing you can do which can make your artwork more better is, again, finishing and mixing the shades properly. Okay, otherwise the shape is coming good and the values are also obtained properly. Okay, we can feel that 3D-ness, that roundness in the vessel. Okay, it is giving the volume properly. So just make it more smoother, more softer. All right. Okay, then this one, again without name. So let us check who has done this. All right, Pooja. So this is incomplete. If you have submitted the complete work, we will review that. Okay, so Amlan over here, uh, the drawing is 50% good. Why? Because I can see that somewhere you have tried to do detailing. Okay, somewhere it means half of the elephant you have tried to give your full effort, half of the elephant you have left as it is, means you have not uh, given that much effort in the detailings. Okay, so if you can see over the face, I can feel that you have tried to do all the possible details that you can give. But if you see this part, okay, so here all those detailings, those finishing works, those highlights, those variations in the shades are missing. So you have to improve it properly, you have to work it properly, because this area, if you see, it is looking completely flat. Same way over this trunk. Okay, this is also looking improper, right? Only this area I can see that it's looking good, right? So you have to improve, you have to do it properly. Then this one, Suchi Raj, right? So Suchi, uh, you have to quite work in the shading portion as well as some of the portion on basic drawing. Okay, the basic drawing, it's not bad, but again it's not matching with the reference image, the shape of the vase that you can see. All right, I think we cannot rotate this. So always please, if possible, submit properly, right? Because then it becomes very difficult to review as well. So I don't think we can rotate it over here. Okay, so where you have to improve is first try to have the proper shape, okay, proper height, weight, length, breadth, whatever you can add. So try to first have a proper shape of your objects matching with the reference image. All right. And in shading also, you can see the background. It's not very smooth. The white patches, it's looking very rough. Okay. It's looking very rough. So try to make it smooth, soft, mix the shades properly. You can see clearly everywhere the white space is visible. So you have to improve that, right? So I will suggest you to make it once again if you want to improve it, okay? Or else you can let it go if you are satisfied with your work. Got it? So make sure to do it again. And moreover, you have to focus on the shading part. Okay, the drawing part is quite nice. You can improve it little bit, but more you have to focus is on shading. I'm not telling that you have done shading very bad. No, but you have to mix it properly. You have to cover up all the space properly. Your shading is looking, or you have done shading on rough side. Okay, like when we do quick sketches or when we do rough shading to just understand that where you have to do dark or light values and to just create that volume. That kind of shading we have done. So now you have to do proper finishing work. Okay. All right. So Swati Nanda, same here. You have done some mistake in the proportions. Okay. Can see that your sharpener is equal from every direction, means from starting point till this point. You can see you have just made it completely equal, whereas it is not the case. From the front side it is slightly smaller, okay, and from the back side it is slightly bigger, so it is reducing, right? That kind of sharpener we have from bottom to top. When you come in front side, it is slightly getting smaller and it is slightly bigger in back side. So that improvement you have to do. And this texture that you have shown, okay, this pattern that you have shown, it is not in the center. If you see your pattern, it is slightly in front side. The space you can see over here and over here. So that small things you have to observe it properly. Right. So if you want to improve, I will suggest you to make it again. And in the shading also, you have to add different values. Okay, because it is completely looking in the single tone. Means only 2 to 3 values you have add, like dark, then those white highlights, and one more shade. So bring variations in your drawing, in your shading. All right. Okay. Then up next by Rina. So your overall drawing is looking nice. The shape of the shirt is also perfect. And the values are also obtained very nicely. Okay. The dark values, medium values, and those highlights also, you have done them properly. Okay. So I cannot see any big mistakes in your drawing. So keep it up. Okay, that's what I can say because I cannot see any such issues in your drawing. So just keep working like this. All right, you are going great. Then up next we have by Latha. Okay, so Latha, in your drawing, one improvement you could have done is about the butterfly, means the shape of the wing that you can see. Okay, if you see here on the screen, it is curved, and if you see here, it is slightly straight. Okay, so that one improvement could have done, and other than that, it is looking nice. But one more improvement I will suggest you that your cat, if you see properly, okay, so value, in terms of value, okay, so if you see it completely, you will feel that it is quite, it is giving you a feel that the cat is black. Okay, so what one thing you could have done is those white hairs that you have made, you can make them more white, okay, more bright. Because if you see the overall cat, the hair effect is coming perfectly. Okay, those furs that you have created, they are perfect. Okay, the feel of the hair is coming perfect. But I'm talking about the values, right? So you can create more brighter hairs. Okay, over here you can just create few more bright hairs, and where you have done dark hairs, in that also create some medium tone hairs. Okay, so only few changes you have to do, like where you have done those white hairs, make them slightly more bright, and where you have done those dark hairs, okay, those dark furs. So in that dark furs, just add a few medium, means just make them slightly light. Okay, these two things only you have to do. To white, make them more white, more bright, and to the dark, add a few medium, means just make them slightly lighter, and that will create, the proper value, right? Then this one by without name, so I think it is done by Rina. Okay, so Rina, your shade, and you have asked about, okay, so same, that thing is only missing, that those dark values. Okay, and I have suggested you that pencil also, right, that I am using in this video. So if you are not getting that pure dark values with Camlin pencil, you can purchase this. I have provided you the link also. So that thing only is missing in your shading, that pure dark values. You have achieved the highlights and medium tone properly, but this dark value is missing. Okay. Okay. So you are saying that you ordered pencil but got medium. Okay. In this also, Latha, you're drawing your upper part. Okay, that mouth of the glass is looking perfect. So still glass effect is coming, and you were asking about what you can do in this. So I am not, I have not seen the reference image. Means it has been almost 2 years, so I'm not able to remember it. But let me check out if I have in my laptop. I will just open it and try to show you right now. So I have to search it. If you have, you can quickly send me in the Telegram group if you have the reference image. Okay, you can quickly send it. Okay, so I have got the image. No problem, I have got it, and here I will share. Okay, so I have shared the image. I hope you are able to see, right? So what you can uh, improve is if you observe this part properly. Okay, if you observe it, you have small variations in the shades, right? So if you see this, so here what you can do is you can first see, first observe the drawing, and then try to make out in your mind that what different values, or what values you have to create, means just give the numbers. So this part of the glass, okay, this will be your light value. I'm not talking about this section, okay, this is completely different. If you see just this portion, you have four different values: one, two, three, and four, right? So if you observe it properly, all those four are having different tones. So in all these four, this will be the lightest. Then second come this. Then third, this section. And then comes fourth, this. Okay, so these are the four values that you can divide. Now, if you observe in that individually, so in this also, you have very slight difference. Okay, if you see here, you have that partition. So this is very slightly darker as compared to the bottom one, right? If you observe properly, you will feel that very slight difference is there, not very big. Okay, very slight. So whatever light values you give over here, make sure that just slight increment in the shade you do over upper part. Same way, observe for this. Okay, if you see above this, you have some different value, and below this you have different values. Same way for this also. Okay, so that way, first you have to observe it, make up in your mind that what different values you are able to see, and just divide them. And individually also, if you see in them also, you have some different values. Okay, and in this portion on the left right side, okay, so it's this one is very simple. What you can focus more on is if you see from here and as you move downwards. So if you observe, it is getting from dark to light. As you are coming downside, it is getting light. Okay, so the dark, and slowly you have to decrease it, and you have to just mix it over here. Okay, and that will give you a proper transition. Got it? So that way you can work. So I hope you have understood where you have to, how you can improve that. So you have done quite good in this drawing. So just small improvements you can do. You can make this area slightly darker. Okay, the left portion you can make it slightly darker, and you can increase slight values in this portion. And as I've told you over here also, right, from dark to light, and just mix it with this portion. Got it? Then this one by Varsha. So Varsha, you have achieved the values properly. One thing you can improve is mixing it. Okay, you have to create smoothness. If you see this dark values or this area, you can see is white space in between. So you have to mix them properly. The values you have obtained correctly, dark and light, medium, highlights, but it is not looking smooth. Okay, the smooth effect is not coming. So you can just mix them smoothly. Okay, properly. Just give that finishing work. Then this one was by, I think, Sanya, right? So Sanya, you have to improve a lot. Okay, you have to improve first the structure, object drawing, practice those basics first. I can see that you have made clear mistakes. Okay, and it's incomplete as well. Okay, Swati, in this first clear improvement I will suggest you to do is about the shape. Okay, the proportion of the glass, the shape, if you see. So the mouth is quite big that you have drawn, so it will be slightly smaller. Okay, slightly, very slightly smaller it will be, and over the body portion also. Okay, so there also some improvement I feel you have to do it. And if we talk about the shading, so the upper portion, okay, the mouth, in that you have done shading so nicely, but in the body, the main body part, here you have to quite improve, right? You see, you have just created those lines. So do some finishing work over here, and some finishing work around this area as well, right? So the upper portion that you have done, it's looking so smooth. The transition is so good, okay, from dark to light that you can see. So same kind of finishing you have to give in this portion also, right? So the lower part is also looking quite nice. And again, over here, the bottom part, okay, the ending part, here also you have to do some improvement. So in this two part, the center one and the bottommost. In these two part, you have to do improvement in the shading and the circular part. Okay, the mouth, it is slightly bigger as compared to the reference image. Okay, great. Then Reshma, if I'm not wrong, right? So Reshma, in your drawing, uh, the shape, I think slightly it is mismatching with the reference image. Okay, it's not that much different, very slight changes I can see in your proportion of the glass. Okay, so see where you have done the mistake, and shading you have to improve. I don't know why everybody is doing good amount of, or good quality of shading in mouth only, in that circular portion. I can see and I have observed that every one of you, almost every one of you, are doing good shading in just upper part. And when you are shading in this lower part, I feel that you are not giving that much effort, right? So the amount of consistency, the amount of patience level you are keeping for this portion, you have to give the same amount of patience for this complete glass, okay? Because just having good quality of finishing in this first part is not going to make your complete drawing look good. So same kind of, patience you have to keep for the complete drawing till you finish the drawing, till the final, no, shade, or till you do your signature. Till that point, you have to keep patience, because I can see in your drawing also, this upper part you have done it so nicely, and here in the body you have to improve quite. Okay, so the finishing is not that good. If you see, it's all messed up, this area, right? And it is looking very flat. So have that variations in this portion also. Have that variations in the shade. Okay, it's looking completely flat. All right. Then Geetha Kanan. Okay, so Geetha, you have to improve the outline drawing, because the shape is completely looking different from our flower. So do it slowly. I have explained you step by step how to construct this flower. Draw those lines properly, draw the basic shape properly, and then give the proper finishing and curve lines. Because if you see, it's not looking like the flower, right? So you have to improve. Same way in the shading also. Okay, the shading is not up to the mark, so you have to work again in this flower. Okay, so Pooja, uh, same thing first. Now let me see how many drawings are remaining. I don't think so much. Okay, so to all those students who had submitted right now, the recent one. So from Pooja, I want you to do the signature and submit this drawing once again. Okay, first do the signature and then I will review about your work. Do your signature, mention the date that when you have done it. Got it? Same for Geeta as well. Do the signature, mention the date. Okay, I can see your name, but you have to do the, mention the date as well. So do that, submit it again, and then I will review it. Okay, Rina, I think I have given feedback for this, or that was by some other person. Okay, it was you only, right? So in this, I feel that those dark values you have added, right? Over here, you have added those dark values, if I'm not wrong. So now this is looking better than the previous one. This work by Swaratmika is brilliant. Okay, it's looking too beautiful. Okay, it's looking so nice. The dark liquid on the face is looking so beautiful. Okay, and the way you have used the charcoal, it's too good. Okay, you have handled the charcoal properly. You have obtained those different values in the charcoal, and it is giving the depth as well. Right? It is giving that feel that the liquid is on the face, and according to the face, okay, according to the structure of the face, that liquid is also having its own shape, right? So you have done it so beautifully, and the detailing is also on point. Great work. Great work. Keep it up. Okay, keep it up. You have done so nicely. The detailings are also superb. Gitanjali. So, Gitanjali, your drawing. See, the the outline work is fine, but shading you have completely messed up. Okay, the shading you have completely messed up. There are no variations in the tones. It is looking complete flat. Okay, and same thing I feel is that you have done it so fastly. Okay, there is no patience I can see in your drawing because there is no finishing work. Only the thing that is looking good is the structure, and that also because you have used that tracing method, if I'm not wrong, right? I have taught you about tracing method. So due to that, the structure is looking nice, but in the shading, you have to work a lot. The complete the complete shading is messed up. No finishing work, no variations in the shades. And if you see the wrinkles also, you have just drawn those dark lines. So you have to work it again. Okay. So I'm not satisfied with this work, and I hope that you are also not satisfied. So if it's like that, I will request you to make this again. Do it slowly. I don't know why you people are doing it fast, quickly, just finishing it in, you know, a short period of time. Do it very slowly. Okay. Take your complete time, right? Even if daily you sit for 1 hour and do small part, okay, within you have total 7 hours to finish one drawing, okay? And those 7 hours, I don't think you can get this kind of result, okay? If you completely sit for 7 hours, daily 1 hour, and if you give 7 hours, the result will be different. And I don't think that this drawing is done in 7 hours, okay? It is done in, I think, 30 to 1 hour, okay? 30 minutes to 1 hour of time. So I will request you to draw it once again. Okay, so I think we are done with the reviews, and to whom I have asked to write down the dates, do your signature, Pooja. Okay, so do your signature and write down the date and then submit it again, and then I'm going to review about your work. So now if you have any more questions, you can ask me, or else we will end this session, and I hope every one of you have got the reviews about your work, where you have to improve, where you are good at, where you have to focus on from the next time. And to every one of you, again, for the last time, I will tell you that do not forget to mention the date and your signature after you finish the work. Okay. So this is the last time I'm telling you, every one of you. Okay. And those who are watching it right now, you are as a proof that I have told you this. Okay. So now if you have any questions, you can ask me right now, or just type no doubts and we will end this session, and you can do your work. Quickly write if you have doubts, and if you don't have, type no doubts. Okay, no doubts, no doubts. Latha, Swati, Pooja, no doubts. All right. Rina, what about you? Just let me know if you have doubts or no. Okay, I'm not getting how to make dark values. See, Rina, I think you have done it. You have obtained the dark values. Okay, you can see you have obtained the dark values. So I don't know where you are struggling. See, to achieve the dark values, first of all, you have to remove that fear from your mind that if I will apply more pressure, my drawing is going to get spoiled, or you know, it will get ruined. So just remove that fear from your mind, because as a beginner, every student has that fear. Okay, they fear to apply more pressure or to do dark shading. So if you have that, first remove that. And to achieve dark values, you have different kind of pencils. So in graphite, you can achieve dark values with 8B, 10B, 12B pencil. Okay, but if you want pure black values, pure dark values, you can switch to charcoal pencils. Okay. Puja, no. As soon as you submit it, I will give the review in the Telegram group only. Okay. Yes. See, for shading, you have to do multiple times. Okay, Rina, it's not like that in one time only you will get dark values. No, and you don't have to do like that. Okay, that in the one time only you will apply the full pressure and get the dark value. No, don't do like that. Do it step by step. Okay, first achieve medium values, then slowly and slowly increase the values. Don't try to get the dark value in the first try only. Got it? Do it step by step. And if you feel that it is not still dark, apply more pressure. Then change the pencil. Okay, then use dark pencil. Or else if you want pure black effect, then you can use directly charcoal pencils. Got it? That way you can do it. So just practice it, practice a lot, and you will get used to it. All right. So thank you everyone for watching, and those who are going to watch it afterwards, make sure that I have given the reviews to all those artworks that were remaining. Got it? When we do dark values and use blending brush, it's get lighter. Definitely, Lata, it get lighter. So again, you have to use the pencil. Okay, it will not be getting lightened that much. Only some fading effect will come. So you can use again dark pencil. And one thing you can do is after that, instead of brush, you can use that paper stump, right? The tools that I have. told you. So paper stump, you can use it because paper stump will not make it fade. It will not make it light. Okay. So brush you can use for a couple of times, but at the end you can use that paper stump. That is powder like graphite. Yes, it will come out. Right, the brush will take out that powder, but it will not create that much effect. As I'm telling you that it will not make that much light. Only some amount of powder or graphite will it will take out. Okay, so to overcome that, to make sure that that graphite or you do not get lighter values, you can use paper stump last. Okay, don't use in between. After you achieve that dark value, at that time you can use that paper stump, or else you can just make sure that don't use brush anymore. Right, don't use brush anymore. Okay, so that's it. See you in the next week, and till then do your work, and let's see what next you are going to submit. So bye bye, take care, and have a nice day.